You're watching Single Process with Joe and Bob. We created this video series to help you navigate the difficult process of divorce, and we hope this helps you on your journey. Our episode today is on emotional well-being. I think the focus, Bob, is that we spend so much time worrying about the legal and the financial and the logistics that you kind of forget to take care of yourself emotionally during this time.
This is an oxymoron. Emotional well-being during a divorce. Yeah, no, that's not going to play. But I think we're going to try it because Laura is really good at this. So we have with us today expert Laura Campbell. She is a divorce and transition specialist who helps people navigate the process of divorce. She can focus on finance, she can focus on legal, but today we're going to talk about emotional. As part of this, she has written The Divorce Organizer, which is the ultimate guide to managing your divorce process. Laura, thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
So what does this mean? How do we take care of ourselves during divorce emotionally?
So it's really important. As you mentioned, the whole focus, you're going to be asked to make significant decisions about your life, financially, parentally, around custody.
When you're not in a good frame of mind.
When you are not.
Laura.
And so if you are not focused on getting yourself in as good a state of mind as you possibly can, the rest is going to be much more challenging.
Yeah.
So I kind of have identified a couple of things that I think are really key to being able to really be in control of your emotional well-being.
Yeah, kind of these pillars that you
start us off.
These pillars. So one of them is leadership. It's really what I think of as personal leadership. And
I would never associate this with divorce.
I know most people do not.
Okay.
But it's a great way to.
What the hell does that mean?
What does that mean? It means that we now going through something so difficult, especially with children, mostly with children, is you are someone who is now stepped into a very visible role as a role model, and they are watching. Friends and family are watching.
Everyone's radar is up. We're watching more.
Everybody's radar is looking at us. And so everything we say, everything we do, every action we take is being observed. So it is critical that we actually walk down this path in a way that reflects who we really want to be.
It kind of stinks because I'll say, we don't have a drinking issue in our family. So I'll have a glass of wine now, and now, my kids are all over me about this because we're now this broken family, and they're watching. Is mommy stable? Is she okay?
Yeah, they're watching everything. They're listening. They're listening to what we're saying on the phone, right? They're overhearing what we say to our friends about their father, or they're listening to the way that we talk about another woman who potentially, or another man who potentially, had an affair with our spouse.
Right.
They're listening to
There's
these
a heightened
things.
sensitivity.
They are learning, they are watching, as are our friends and family, how we navigate something very difficult.
Okay.
But there's something, as you said that, about leadership that almost was empowering to me. I was like, okay, so instead of being the victim, you can be the leader.
Yeah.
And there's something kind of cool about that.
And it grounds you in an ability to kind of control what's happening. I wanted to be, the stake in the ground that I have as a woman is that I am graceful, that I am honorable, that I hold integrity. Those are the things that matter to me. Those are the things I want people to talk about when they talk about me.
Even as a man. It applies to men too.
Right.
Totally.
But I happen to be a woman.
Yeah.
But yes, as a man too.
You're a woman. That's right.
I'm the woman. I'm a woman. But it could be a man. You have to think about what is it? Who is it that you want to be through this?
I like that.
And then be it.
I don't think many people even think about that. I don't think they consider
No,
it.
they don't.
They're so damaged and hurt, they're just kind of barely getting through. But step up.
That's the reality is step up. And I'm not suggesting it's easy because it's really difficult when we're sad, when we're upset, when we're embarrassed, when we feel less than or marginalized or disrespected. Whatever those words are, it gets very hard. This actually is a way to say, you know what, I'm just way bigger than anything that's happened to me.
Right.
Okay.
It's a really important way.
Give us another one.
Yeah.
I have a no sudden movement model. No sudden movements. Freeze.
Okay, wait.
It's that pause button, kind of on steroids.
I think I know what this means, but tell me what
It means don't go out and sleep with everybody.
Okay,
Well, it actually...
I'm kidding.
It actually means a lot of different things, right? It means when something triggers you, don't react.
Oh, that's
It means
so
when
hard.
you want to send that text or that email that is really perhaps inappropriate and that you potentially might regret later, don't.
So in our town, we have the 24-hour rule. Like if you're angry with a coach or another parent, we all talk about this. Give yourself 24 hours to settle into this. And that's kind of what you're talking about. No sudden movements. relax.
It is. It's the 24-hour rule. It's no different.
But
It
it's
really
also
is no
don't
different.
dramatically change your life. Don't go out and buy a new home.
No.
Don't move in with someone. Don't, right?
Don't get married again.
Joe screwed this up.
Don't let the emotion. It could be an emotional hijack, right?
Yeah.
So your emotions are going to hijack your behavior, and you really don't want to do that. Nothing good can come of things that are impulsive or spontaneous in that way during this time.
I like it.
Yep.
You gotta settle in.
You got to settle. You got to be thoughtful and strategic about how you move through this.
Okay.
It's not always going to be that way, right? But then you can close your door and do whatever you need to do in your room to, to cry or to weep or to scream or to do whatever. But you've got to also push pause. You cannot allow people to trigger you into behaving in a way that you don't want to.
Because that undermines the grace and the leadership.
That we just spoke about. Exactly.
Yeah, and we can excuse it all we want, but we're grown-ups.
Okay.
Like, we are responsible for what we do.
Right.
Okay, and what's the final one?
Well, the final one is self-sufficiency. And this is really, really important because people think of self-sufficiency as financial. So we spent all of this time kind of being concerned and worried and focused on this financial self-sufficiency. There's a lot of other self-sufficiency, right? You talk about the friends going away. It's important that we be socially self-sufficient, that we create a life that is socially fun for us, that it is good for us. We create a romantic self-sufficiency, right? That we are in control of our romantic future and what happens. And there's lots of things in there about the things we allow ourselves to do, the ways in which we meet our needs, whether that be sexually or romantically, or there's all kinds of things that we can do. But there's also emotional self-sufficiency. There is financial self-sufficiency, but we are not beholden to others for how we feel emotionally, right? The reason so many people go online dating so fast, so quick afterwards is that there's an empty, sad space when you get divorced. And it's very easy through online dating to fill your time.
You're so insecure. You want to just make sure
you want what?
validate
You're
that-
not self-sufficient emotionally. So you are needing
I am not.
people.
I'm damaged, right?
So how do you do? I'm not sure I get. Is this going to a therapist to work on your emotional self? Is it support groups? Is it having a couple of close friends, maybe new friends who are also going through divorce? Where do you find?
It is yes and yes and yes to all of it. It's having a toolbox. It's also being alone. It's also
being
standing alone. It's going home alone. It's sleeping in our bed alone. It's waking up. It's cooking meals, often through tears, often through sadness, often through all those really difficult emotions.
I have a theory on that. I think learning to be alone is just a skill that you acquire like anything else. It took me 3 months, and then I was like, okay, I can do this.
I can do this, right?
Right? It was just getting over the hump to figure it out.
That's the moment you find that you're emotionally self-sufficient, right?
Yes,
I'm doing
nailing
this.
it.
Be alone and be okay with
And
that.
I'm coming home and I'm actually kind of happy that I'm here and I'm kind of happy in my bed all by myself and I'm kind of excited to make myself dinner and I'm okay with all of this. And that's when you can actually begin to build your new life. That's when a new relationship becomes possible. Before then, none of it will work.
I had a girlfriend that actually, she missed the big part of like family cookouts every weekend. So she set up on Thursday nights a regular deal where we would bring our kids, all the divorced moms would bring their kids. That was very self-sufficient. She was taking care of this missing block in her life in a very constructive way.
And in the midst, I'm showing my kids that life goes on and I'm creating good experiences and leadership. I am showing them that I'm okay and therefore they are going to know I'm okay too. Mom's okay, I'm okay, we're all okay, we're fine.
Okay, well, I'm feeling more okay after this segment and got some great ideas on what to do.
So three real pillars that they don't often talk about, but it's really, I think those are three
advice.
really important ways to focus in and
ground yourself and move forward.
and build a solid foundation.
Thank you.
Terrific, Laura. Thank you so much.
For more information on managing your divorce emotionally, log on to singleprocess.me.